What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the football capital, and this is the World Cup Week 2 review. What a second week it has been. A lot more upsets, more goals this time around. I know we had a lot of nil-all draws in the first couple of games, but game week 2, I mean, a few upsets there again in this one. But let's get straight into it with Group A and Netherlands up against Ecuador here. Netherlands, Gakpo again scoring for the second game running. In the 6 minutes in, you thought, the Netherlands can maybe put a few more on the board, but it wasn't to be. Enner Valencia getting the equaliser in just after half time, and it looked like a bit of a lackluster performance for the Netherlands, in my opinion. I don't know if that first game kind of took it out of them, and a lot of some people might say their heat favours some teams more than others, but that was a decent game. I don't know if these two teams were trying to, towards the end, play it a little bit safe in terms of, let's not try to lose this game, let's take this point and then move on to the into that third game, which kind of it's a kind of a do or die situation. But the Netherlands, they could have put their place in the round of 16 with a win here, but it wasn't to be. I think they play Qatar in the next one, so Qatar's not looking the best either. So you think, unless there's a complete capitulation from the Netherlands, you expect them to get out of this group. And even Ecuador as well, be interesting to see what they do. Senegal slowly picking up a bit of form coming into this one. I think they won. Who they beat? They beat Senegal. Yeah, that's right. They beat Qatar 3-1 in this round. So, and they didn't do too bad against the Netherlands in the first game as well. So they could be coming into this last game against Ecuador, that do or die clash. Who will go through there? I still think, I picked Ecuador and Netherlands, but Senegal has kind of surprised me a little bit. Even though with their injuries, they're still, they're not looking too bad. They're not looking too bad at all. So it's all to play for in that group as well. As we go on to Group B. Group B, a bit of a shock. Iran, what a performance by them against Wales. I mean, it was nil-all. They left it late. Hennessy getting that red card in the 86th minute, and then to score in the 98th minute, and then in the 101 minutes in, some great goals there, and what a massive result to take. That's massive 3 points after that 6-2 defeat to England. They needed to get a result to stay alive, and even Wales as well. Gareth Bale, he's pretty much his last World Cup. I don't know who else they're really relying on. Harry Wilson, Dan James, players like this, Nico Williams, Ramsey, and all these guys they're trying to rely on. I just don't think they have the best of teams as well. So it's not looking good there. They now have to. Are they out? Are Wales out now? Can they still make it through somehow? With a win against a win against England. I'm guessing it has to be a decent score. Maybe 4 points could take him through. But England in the other game as well held nil-all to the USA. You know what I mean? It was a kind of a flip performance from the first round for them against Iran, where they put in 6 goals. It was a decent performance. Everyone was kind of saying Southgate has taken off the shackles of England, and here they go. They're going to go on another goal-scoring run against the USA. But you know what? The USA, they actually played well. I was a bit surprised that it's kind of like they're overachieving in this tournament. Pulisic, pulling the strings for them. But just as a unit, as a team, they're not looking too bad. And you know what? I think I put Wales to get out of this group, but the USA, I mean, I do think they can get a result against Iran. It will be tricky. I reckon it will be tricky. Maybe a draw gets them. Maybe a draw gets them out. I think, does it? The USA, but I think a win it's a must-win. But it will be tight for the USA in that next game against Iran. But yeah, England a bit lackluster as well. Some of the substitutions, you can see what Southgate's trying to bring on Henderson and these guys. But I don't think that's what the English fans want to see. I think they want to see, put the players out there. They're going to get us these goals. They're going to win us the game. They're not too interested about these nil-all draws and being a little bit reserved. Look at the first game. You get the goals. you win the games comfortably, and then that's when you can start resting players for the next couple of games. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who Southgate plays in the next game against Wales. I would like to see Rashford start now. He's come off the bench twice. First game he looked all right. Last one, I think the game against the USA, I think because the whole squad wasn't really performing, I think it kind of affected everyone. So, but I do think Rashford should start in the next one. Phil Foden as well. The players that are looking decent. Sterling hasn't had the best of tournaments this time around. Harry Kane hasn't even got a goal yet. So you'll think in the next game against Wales, he'll be there on the score sheet. But he's assisting. He's putting them assists in for the boys, and they're getting the job done. But hopefully they don't bottle it against the Welsh, and they get the result, and they go flying through top of the table. So it will be interesting to see what England pull off and Southgate doing in the next one, because it is actually massive game. Okay, Group C, bit of a shock here. Poland, a 2-0 win. Lewandowski getting his goal against Saudi Arabia, but do you know what? They did not deserve it at all. The Saudis played fantastic once again. And you know what? You score the goals, you win the games. It's as simple as that for Poland. And I think they keep themselves alive in this group. I think they do. It could go any way now. Because if Poland, pull off something against Argentina, Argentina, could we see them go out? I mean, they had a massive result as well. Messi, they left it a little, wouldn't say late, but they left it late in the second half. Messi getting that goal, and then Enzo Fernandez, the boy that I've been speaking about for a couple of months now, a couple of transfer windows to try to get him at United. He went from River Plate now to Benfica for 10 million or whatever it was. And now definitely after that one, it's up by 60 mil on top. But Argentina actually looked decent in this one. Mexico, do you know what? I picked them to come out of this group, but the way they've been performing in this World Cup, it hasn't really been that same old Mexico that we know from the past tournaments. The next World Cup, they are part of the host with Canada and the US. So I don't know if they can, in the next 4 years, if they can develop some new players. Is there players coming through? The old generation, Chicharito, you had David Villa and all these guys, and not David Villa, Carlos Vela, and all these guys. It was a Mexican team to fear. This time around, I don't know. They have to wake up. I don't think they can get out of the group. They need a few miracles, but it's everything is possible in that group. Poland getting the massive win there as well. Group D kicked it off France and Denmark. France getting the victory there. It was a good performance by Denmark as well. But Kylian Mbappe, what more do you expect from this kid? I mean, has to be one of the players of the tournament so far. You can't deny that, and he's just going to keep getting better and better. I mean, it was another great performance by the French team. These injuries that we're talking about couldn't affect them. That curse about the champions not getting out of the group, they're putting all that to bed. But yeah, they're going to be hard to beat. A lot of people didn't really pick them to go far. Maybe around the 16, maybe quarters, but that's about it. But you never know. This team can actually go to the final. They've been playing absolutely fantastic. But the other game, the dream is alive for the Socceroos. Massive 3 points for them. Not the best performance. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the performance at all. I mean, I know a lot of people were saying it's a perfect performance. I see some of, the SBS commentators there and Fozzie, Bozza and all them. Like, I don't know, man. There might be a little bit of bias here. Maybe emotions got the best of them at that moment. But we got the goal. It was a great finish. Mitchell Duke, to be honest, I was saying, looking at it, why, out of the whole Australia, we're still playing with Duke. But yeah, you can say he does offer something, to the team, and you can see playing as a 9 up front, the way he dropped in to link up almost at halfway, continued his run. Yeah, we got lucky with the deflection, but that header as well, it was almost like a Chicharito header back in the day, Man United, flicking at the back of his head. And if you don't take your chances, you never know. you're never going to score. So Duke takes that chance, puts it away, and then from then it was Mufasa's settings. We were holding on. We're just holding on all the way to the end. But the issue that I had with this game was just the poor decision making. Right after we scored, like, we did play okay. Tunisia did have chances in the first half. If he gets it on target, it goes in. Ryan got caught there. A few other chances in the second half as well for them. So it wasn't like a fantastic defensive performance. Shout out to Harry Sousa with that magic tackle, massive tackle as well. The way he recovered, yeah, I can't even remember who slipped over there. Bit of a Gerrard moment there. But they were away. But Harry Sousa said, not today. Crunched him there, wins the ball. And, if Australia go through into the next stage, we're going to look back at that moment and say, that was the moment where we kept that dream alive for the Aussies. But, yeah, the decision-making was poor. Bajic, a lot of people were rating him in this game. I didn't rate Bajic at all in this game. Every time he went down the line, didn't know, do I play it? Do I take on the player? Do I just send it long? Or do I play it to my player down the line? But no, he decides to turn back, and then we're back into trouble, back in that own 18-yard box, and done it so many times. Or ball straight back to them, yeah? Same with Aramoy at times. I thought he played better in the France game than he did in this one, in my opinion. Yeah, I know you can say, oh, look, they're tired, they put in a shift, they're pressing. Not really. Like, you can't tell me they're pressing if like majority of the time the ball is in our half. You're not going to be really pressing in your own 6-yard box, 18-yard box. Do you know what I mean? There's no box to box, 6-yard box to the 18-yard box. Talking about Aramoy going box to box, but that's about it. But like, a disappointing performance. Those times where the pass was on, they were too slow on the ball, too slow to release, very predictable. Lecky sometimes. Yeah, you got to give credit to Lecky, I guess. He was making the runs, but they just weren't finding him. He put in a shift. I thought he should have came off a bit earlier. He was knackered. And the way, I don't know why Arnie just left Goodwin on. They should have put the fresh legs a bit earlier. Tunisia were going for that equaliser. That's when we could have caught him on the counter-attack. And then again, at the end, Mobile, I get it. World Cup glory, World Cup goals. Something we haven't seen as Australians from open play, only this World Cup. So, and I get it, you want to get on the score sheet, but when you're in the 96th minute and you're away on goal, just take it to the corner flag. I know in hindsight, we got the job done, it's all good, but you decided to go for the shot, keeper catches it, and now we're on the counter. Tunisia's on the counter attack, and they create an opportunity. So things like that, just better decision making for the Socceroos. Defensively, I thought we were okay defensively, to be honest. I did see Tunisia scoring. If we were, there was a few times in and around the box that we just lost our man, losing runners. We can't do that against Denmark. We need to stay tight. We need to make sure. Christian Eriksen's going to control that ball. We need to put 2 on him, mark him out of the game. Don't let him dictate the play. We said that last World Cup. The only player that was going to hurt us was going to be Christian Eriksen, right? And what happened? He was the player that scored the goal. If they shut Eriksen out of the game, I think Australia can get a result. And fingers crossed, we make it out of this group. It's going to be all to play for there for the Socceroos, but I can't wait. Was it not tomorrow, the day after? I don't know, what day is that? I think tomorrow, I don't know. Anyways, tonight, whichever day it is, let's hope the Socceroos get the job done here. Okay, where are we next? Group E. Where's the Group E? Now Japan. Oh no, Costa Rica getting the 1-0 win. Not deserve it at all. Wow, Japan, after that win against Germany, you would think that Japanese side will get a result here against Costa Rica after they got pumped 7-0, right? And then the pressure would have been on Germany and Spain, and to get the result in the game after. But Japan bottling it there, and they didn't even pick up their bottles in the change room this time around. They were that upset, you know what I mean? No cleaning up the change room this time around, eh? But disappointing. Japan, you need to finish your chances off. Do you know what I mean? They had so many opportunities to get that goal, and that one chance that Costa Rica had, they've taken it. And I don't know, you can question the goalkeeping there, but it was one of them days. Japan now ought to play for who they play, Spain. Can they cause an upset there and get out of that group? Because Spain and Germany did have that 1-1 draw. You thought for a while, Morata getting that goal for Spain. You thought, here we go. Germany is out of the group stages once again. But they pull one back in the 83rd minute there and keep their dreams alive as well. They need a massive result now. Germany in the next game against Costa Rica. And you hope that Spain win as well for Germany, for their sake. Otherwise, if Japan gets a result there, they could be going through as well. So that's going to be an interesting group, or interesting final finish. All the games play at the same time, which is interesting. You're going to hear that. You're going to hear them cheers in the grandstand. They're going to be looking over who scored, what's the score, and all that. It's like the last day of the Premier League season. You got all that hype. Where are we now? Who we got next? Group F here, Croatia. Croatia taking the comments from the Canadian coach a bit too seriously, coming out smacking them 4-1. They Canada got off to a good start in the second minute. Davies getting that goal, but some of the goals that Croatia came up with absolutely fantastic. And yeah, that's a bit more like it from Croatia than the first game they played against Morocco. This is a bit more like it, taking your chances, and getting them goals, because it's important now. I think they play against Belgium. Belgium losing to Morocco, a shock defeat there. Dramas in the camp as well. Who was it? De Bruyne and someone else who was in their squad. Vertonghen, who was it? I can't remember. Hazard maybe. So they're saying that the team's old and all this stuff. People are not happy. So in change room bust-ups in here for Belgium. So could we be seeing Belgium go out in this one? If they lose to Croatia and results for Morocco, go their way. So it's going to be interesting to see. Belgium, this team, this golden generation is slowly fading away, slowly dying. And I don't think anyone will be shocked if they do not make it out of this group. On to Group G. Wow. Group G. Obviously, look, Brazil getting the job done. Yeah, they go through into the next round against Switzerland. Casemiro leaving it late. The Brazilians leaving it a little bit late there in the 83rd minute. Vinicius getting a goal early on, or early in that half. And VAR calls it offside because Richarlison was coming back from an offside position. But the other game with Cameroon and Serbia, wow, what a game this was. This one was one for the history books, one for them World Cup classic games. Cameroon go in front, and then Serbia with goal after goal there, two before halftime, one cracker by Milinkovic-Savic. Then they came out, Mitrovic getting his goal, making it 3-1. You think Serbia are comfortable, Serbia are going through. And all it took in a space of 3 minutes for Cameroon to equalise and get that 1 point. They could have gone on to maybe even win it. Serbia did have a few chances again to get another goal, to get a fourth as well. Wasn't to be. Now that is going to be a massive, massive game now for Serbia up against Switzerland. Cameroon, they still got all to play for. Brazil rest players and they jag a result. You can see them still going through in second place. But it is going to be an interesting game in that group. Group G is all to play for as well. Then we got Group H. Another few cracking games here. South Korea and Ghana played out a 3-2 there. Ghana with the win. It was back and forth. 2-0 Ghana. Then they came back making it 2-2. And then Ghana get that goal to make it 3-2 to the Ghanaians. It's going to be again another interesting last fixture with them, because they up against Uruguay, who lost to Portugal. Ronaldo is trying to claim goals that didn't come off his hair and all that sort of stuff. They gave it to Bruno, then Bruno steps up for the penalty. Portugal looking okay, not too bad. I thought they still got time to improve. But they got the result, which means they are through. Yeah, so it's at the moment they're only going to get better. They do play South Korea in the next one. I think the South Korea, are they out? I'm not sure. They could be out. No, they're not. They don't play South Korea. Who they play? Who they play? So Uruguay play Ghana, South Korea, Portugal. Yes, that's correct. That's right. So it'll be interesting to see there. But Uruguay, for me, I think they've been a bit of a disappointment in this tournament. I mean, against Portugal, I'm not sure if they're just there to make the numbers. Not really. I know that it's an aging squad, but I'm not really seeing anything from them. And to be honest, I think Ghana might have them. I think Ghana might have him in this one, and they get the revenge from that handball, that Suarez handball goal, couple of World Cups ago. So it'll be interesting to see what a World Cup it has been so far. Guys, let me know what you think. Let me know who's getting out of these groups with one game to go in the group stages. Who's getting out? I don't know. Brazil already through. Germany, Spain. That group there with Japan and Costa Rica. Are we going to see a few more upsets? Argentina, can they hang in there, get the result? And, the Belgium, Croatia, Morocco, teams like that, Serbia, are they getting through? Are the Socceroos or Denmark going to go through in Group D there? So, guys, let us know in the comments below. And until next time, we'll catch you later.